Hi, I'm Vega and welcome back to my channel. So today, genuinely super excited for this video because I'm not just making it for myself, but I'm making this for the author of the book. Mind blown. I've been a reader since 2017, like hardcore reader, and this is like the first time I've really got to interact this much with the author, which is super cool. So I'm gonna start with a little story of how I almost met the author. You heard that right, folks? Almost. Basically, I went to the Lit Festival at Saket on the 17th of June 2023. I reached there around like 1 p.m. and I'm browsing like the manga section and waiting for my friends, but I noticed this dude facing me a couple aisles away, and I'm like, he's cute. Like, I found him attractive and he's quite tall and I like the color of his shirt. Overall, dude passed the eye candy vibe check. However, I still did not go to say hi because I was like, that's a random stranger, and I just found him cute. So not enough for me to approach him. So yeah, I was just like, he's cute, but you think a lot of strangers are cute, but that's not enough for you to go and actually say hi to them. So I didn't, and I regret that. Fast forward to a few minutes later, I've taken 2 manga to get them billed, and as I'm standing at the billing counter, I see this book, Kaliyuga, and I excitedly show it to my friend, telling her how much I've heard about the book. The employees at the billing counter tell me that the book is signed by the author, who visited the stall mere minutes ago. I was disappointed that I couldn't meet him, but I checked that he has, in fact, signed the book. So this is, hold on. Yes, this is the author leaving a little note for me. So yeah, he has signed the book. They were right. Cut to so I added to the manga that I was buying. I buy this as well. Cut to when I'm back at home later that day and I'm scrolling through the IG stories of the bookshop that hosted that event. I see the same dude that I was attracted to, that I thought was cute, and found out that he is the author of the book. I freaking flipped because I was so sad that I did not listen to my freaking intuition that somehow knew that dude was the author and was telling me to approach him. So I was just talking to him about this funny story about how I almost met him. So I was like, literally, I have a really strong sixth sense. So it was screaming at me to come up to you and say hi to you. But I was just like, that's a random stranger. Like, how could I know you were wearing a shirt that literally said Kaliyuga, that had the book cover on it. And I liked the color of your shirt. But that was the thing. If I had actually seen your shirt, I would have known and I would have come up to you. I would have definitely said hi. I'm sorry. I felt super bad for myself because it was like my one chance, because I've never really met an author before. So anyways, moving on. Fast forward again to like a week later when I finally pick up the book, finish it in 2 days, and go on to mark it as read on Goodreads only to find it's not there. The book was simply not there in Goodreads database. So I went to the account that had introduced me to the book, Stories by Titas, on Instagram, leave a comment under the post about the book, asking about the Goodreads situation, not realizing that the author was a collaborator on the post. So I leave that comment on the post and go on about my day. But in just a few minutes, I receive a notification that is the author's response to my comment. He told me that he doesn't have a Goodreads account, is on vacation, and will make one as soon as possible so that I could mark it as read for my reading goal. Thank you. He wanted feedback on the book so that he could work on stuff for the second one, and I told him that I'd make a post about it. I was planning to. Now, I can send this video to the author too. I already made the post, but now I'm just like obviously making the video right now. So we already talked a bit about the post. Yeah, I did make an IG post to the author too. No, I didn't make an IG post. Sorry, I'm reading from a script, so I get confused sometimes. uh, I did make an IG post about it, but I was thinking of doing a book talk while I was reading it. Like, Instagram to me, obviously, I mean, I was going to make a post, but I didn't know how much detail I would go into about it. I was, however, initially always planning on making a book talk video. So now I can send this video to the author too. He was actually really excited for this. So I hope you like it. This would be my first time making a video about a book that I am fairly certain will be watched by the author. So as I was writing the script, I didn't really know whether he'd actually watch it, but I think he would. He's pretty excited about it. So yeah, he's going to. So I'm super excited. I do hope that he finds my review helpful, and I do not intend to come off as rude or negative at any part of the video, so no hard feelings. Just what I personally thought and felt while reading the book. This is mostly uncensored. Basically, yeah, pretty much uncensored what was actually going through my mind when I read the book. So as a mythology fan, I was pretty excited when I heard about this book for the first time, and as soon as I read the author's note to the reader, I was super stoked, super pumped, because Percy Jackson, I read Percy Jackson and I'm like, okay, you have found a reader, a fan in me. I was like, just based on the fact that you got inspired by Percy Jackson, lovely, 10 out of 10 stars. I was like, sign me the frick up, man. Okay. Anyways, super stoked about the book. Okay. Now the author did warn us about the disjointed and confusing plot that is at work throughout the first half of the book. But damn, was it mental gymnastics. It was mental gymnastics reading this book. I was excited and annoyed at the same time because I was able to figure out what I would like to think is a decent amount of stuff by myself. But the constant back and forth mindfuckery was simply too much. I quickly caught on to the fact that Kali and Kalki are very similar, if not the same person, because there was they're two sides of the same coin, and then there was Vyas, I think, said that how I'm surprised how he became the very thing he sought to destroy. So I think they are, and it was they're very similar, but I keep thinking that they might be the same person. Gotham is Kali, Kalki eventually becomes Kali, and it's you get the point, that it's going around in a circle. They are one and the same, but I don't know. Also, I knew the man we were initially told is Kalki, or Kalki from the future, isn't Kalki but Kali, because the character descriptions in the beginning of the book said that Gotham was the prophesied, I'm not sure how that's pronounced, 10th avatar, whereas Kalki is a cryptic man who claims to be Kalki. So that was in the description that is again in the front of the book. So I had my doubts with that dude, that this Kalki is not Kalki but Kali, and then Vyas and Veeraram confirmed that later in the book. So smelled something fishy then itself, and I'm pretty sure I'm correct. Not 100% confident, since like I said before, the book is one huge brain fart. I mean this in the best way possible, Mr. Author. Genuinely, it is one huge brain fart. Moving on. Another topic that I wanted to discuss was that the author commented on dharma and the state of affairs in our country. And I was like, okay, this dude just earned more respect after the Percy Jackson point, because that's honestly how I feel myself. He put it really well and pretty vaguely, like the saying, "Samajhdar ko ishara kafi." I understood exactly what he meant. It was vague, but people, if you know, you know. So, "Samajhdar ko ishara kafi," I understood exactly what he was talking about, how dharma or religion has been weaponized and made into something it's not, just to feed into propaganda of these political parties. Their ulterior motive being power and paisa, not making the country great or even slightly better than it is right now to begin with. Loved the religious and the dharma versus adharma discourse, that was amazing. Gautam Jadaji's the quote that this line that he says that what was it, that never start differentiating between gods, and how having this notion that everybody's god is different, like you have Allah, we have Paramatma or Ishwar, and then somebody else has God. So the differentiating on the basis of God, differentiating God is going to beget violence. So it was like, I just paraphrased the quote, but I'm pretty sure that was the crux of it. So yeah, that I really agree with that. That's why I'm not a religious person. I believe in God. I believe in this energy, a superior being, but I just don't believe in religion because it's because exactly, it's not really, religion doesn't really mean spirituality now. It just means something you can use as a weapon to hurt other people, to control other people, which is just not something I agree with. So really liked that discourse, really liked the commentary, that was amazing. And then like again repeatedly, dharma versus adharma, if you like Veera Ram, he thought that he was working towards restoring, towards propagating dharma, but he was actually he was not being a dharma yodha, he was being quite the opposite. So I really liked that. And the DYS, it's like, I see what you did there, that was amazing. Okay, now moving on to the characters. Gotham seemed like a total loser to me for the longest time. There's literally a page where I'm like, Gotham is such a loser, I write it at the top, and that's like the first half of that page. And then he finally gives this blast of power to save himself or something. He does something, and I'm like, yeah, Gotham. Yeah, boy, I knew you had it in you. But seriously, it was annoying how he's like I know he's had a tragic past. I get it, but him simply not doing anything or not doing enough for so fucking long was just annoying. It was annoying. Like Veera Ram and Vyas have said it again and again and again, that war isn't for the honorable. It's for people who know what needs to be done and who have the guts to do it. So I'm like, what do you not get, Gotham? But anyways, okay. He does kind of redeem himself towards the end of the book, and his blast of energy were super cool. Evia, I like quite a lot. She's super fierce and such a good warrior, but I have a theory that she's Karan or Karna from the Mahabharata, and or she's somehow related to him, because I can't think of any other reason for her to hate Arjun as much as she does. Also, she's an amazing archer, so definitely something to do with Karan. Moving on to the author, Vijay Chauhan. I like him, he's cool. Veera Ram is also kick-ass, but the stupid professor, I got a bad vibe from that dude as soon as he was introduced. I was like, he ain't it. Nope. Hate the guy. He's definitely gonna land everybody in trouble. He's gonna ruin stuff. I know it already. With his ulterior motives and what was it, sinister intentions. Pain in the ass. Kamala, the AI, is pretty cool, but like I have no idea who she's double crossing, because I think it's the dude who calls himself Kalki, but I have no idea. That is my one problem with the book. There is so much double crossing, so many ulterior motives, and then the whole equation of the universe that everything that is supposed to happen will happen. Also, when Kamala told the professor, she couldn't reveal anything, otherwise it won't happen, but she does tell him what is going to happen, and it still happens. She didn't give him any details, like she was like, I won't give you any of the details, but she told him what was going to happen. So how did it happen? If this is not a brain fart, I don't know what is. The author did say like that the book had a similar effect on him where he's left with more questions than answers. And I wish I was able to figure stuff out more than I did, but it's okay. Like, I mean, obviously, I'm not going to want to compete with the author, and if he's telling us that, he also has a lot of questions more than answers, I can't possibly think that I'm going to figure the story out and know more than the author, although I wish I could do that. But I understand that's not possible. So, another theory that I have is related to the last one about Evia being Karan, since I connected Evia to Karan, and Karan being Kali. I know Vyas and Krishna tell Veeraram to look at the bigger picture when he assumes that Karan is Kali, but I still feel like, because I connected Evia to Karan and then Karan is connected to Kali, so exactly, it's definitely confusing. And then because it was Veeraram's fault in a way, Karan's death, the curse, he killed Karan technically, so that whole thing make it make sense. So I think Evia is an anagram for something. I don't know if it's a Sanskrit name. I wanted to look it up if Evia is a Sanskrit word / name, but I didn't. So Evia, I kept thinking, because Evia is such like a new strange name that I've not heard before, so it felt to me that Evia Kali is definitely the an anagram for something, but her last name is Kali, so if we just run with that, it's a little too on the nose, I know, Kali, and Evia / Karan / who Veeraram assumed becomes Kali or is responsible for something happening which leads to Kali. Karan being responsible for Karan's death, being responsible for the Kaliyuga, yada yada yada. Again, like I said, mental gymnastics. We're definitely hopping on from one track to another. I just hope this train of ours doesn't get derailed, but I think I already did get derailed throughout the course of this video like 50 times. But anyways, so yeah, I think Evia is definitely connected to Kali because I'm connecting her to Karan and Karan is connected to Kali, but her last name is Kali, so she might be Kali, which again proves that she is related to Karan and Karan is related to Kali. I know I'm just repeating the same thing again, but this is really where I'm stuck. This is the most important plot point to me. But Gautam himself might be Kali, right? Because like Kalki, because Vyas saying, how did he become, that's Kali, who the man who calls himself Kalki is actually Kali, and how did he become Kali, because that was the thing he sought to destroy. It was his mission to destroy Kali, but he became Kali, so that might be Gautam because he has to destroy Kali, but it might be Evia. And Gautam being Kali makes sense, two sides of the same coin. Evia being Kali also makes sense, that she is like two sides of the same coin with Gautam. So man, the stuff is confusing, but I'm looking forward to the rest of the saga. And in all honesty, I do not know as much as Titas or the author when it comes to Hindu mythology, but I just have some theories. Like, even though I've seen, again, like I said, I have a good sense of intuition, so I might not know a lot about something, but I can make a pretty spot on guess with my intuition. So these theories are what my intuition is telling me, and the whole Kalki Kali thing being connected somehow was also my intuition like telling me something, but the hint that the author gave, that they're two sides of the same coin, is something that definitely helped me reach that conclusion. Or this, I won't say it's a conclusion, I would say it's more like a theory, a hypothesis, which I hope is true. because that would feel nice. So if the author is watching this, and it would be nice if you could acknowledge my theories, and I hope I'm right. I hope that that was what you were planning in your mind as well. But yeah, that's it. Also, I loved Krishna. Krishna is my favorite god. Like, I love that dude so much. I idolize him so much. His mischief, his naughtiness, is just amazing. And I personally feel that that man was always right. Again, I mean, even that notion was like very did come into play in the book, and it was like he wants to make amends, or he wants to do something different. He knows the balance of he knows the equation for maintaining balance, for preserving the universe, but he still wants to do something different. Like, I'm not able to express it very well, but that was in the book. So yeah, I personally think that dude never did anything wrong, and again, what he did had to be done in the Mahabharata, in the Gita. Anyways, so yeah, I love the dude, and I was super happy when he got a cameo in the book. And although it was like he was speaking through Veeraram, but how Gotham kept saying that he was smiling or smirking or laughing. I was like, that's so him. I love it. I love it whenever he swoops into the book. It reminded me of Arusha, because if you've not heard of Arusha, you definitely should. It's Rick Riordan's imprint. Reed Riordan or Rick Riordan Presents. So he's publishing books that are similar to Percy Jackson, that are authors writing about their cultures. So Roshni Chokshi wrote the Arusha Quintet. There are 5 books. No, the Pandava Quintet, sorry. Yeah, but it's also 5 books, and the Pandavas were also 5. Okay. The Pandava series. I'm sorry. Like I said, my brain is just still doing a lot of mental gymnastics. Excuse me. So basically, in that book, in the last book, we also have a Krishna cameo that Aru does not realize. Aru is the main character, and she's basically Arjun reincarnated. So we are talking about the Pandavas reincarnated as girls, as like adolescent girls, and it's fucking amazing. And Aru is the reincarnation of Arjun. So while she is going to the battle, she basically gets in a cab, and the cab driver gives her a lot of advice. And I was like, oh, you're Arjun, this is your chariot driver. He is Krishna. Aru did not get it, but I was like, average 15-year-old, it's okay, it's fine. She didn't get it, but I did, and I was super happy because Krishna gave some really good advice. So yeah, I just started ranting about Krishna. I love the dude. I was very happy that he had a cameo in this book. Mr. Author, please have more Krishna cameos throughout the books. I love to see that dude. Thank you. That is the end of this book talk. I give the book 4 out of 5 stars. I already went into detail as to why it didn't get 5 stars, both on Instagram and here, but I don't think that matters. I don't think like 4 stars or 5 stars matters. I think that the fact that I enjoyed the book and that I'm looking forward to the rest of them is what matters. So, amazing book. Loved it. Looking forward to the rest of them. And yeah, always get quite awkward when I have to wrap up the videos. That's it for this video. Thank you for watching.